Ivory Coast had decided it's time to declutter its street signs of colonial nostalgia and sprinkle in a bit of national flavor. After decades of driving down roads named after French presidents and faraway cities, Ivorians are now cruising along the streets that actually mean something to them. Ivory Coast's largest city, Abidjan, is saying au revoir to French monikers and shouting "Allo" to Ivorian heroes. But hold up, because there's one major change. The once revered avenue Valéry Giscard is now named after local legend and post-independence president Félix Houphouët-Boigny. This road connects the airport to Abidjan's city centre because, after all, having your own founding father on a major roadway feels a bit more relevant. Officials behind the street name switcheroo put it plainly by saying that the old names weren't really doing much for them. In fact, most Ivorians had no idea these French people were and neither did they care. And according to them, street names should reflect history and culture, just like some of its West African neighbors who have ghosted France entirely. Ivory Coast has also ousted French troops. It was under the French rule from 1893 to 1960. However, now it's cleaning up the guest list. In simple terms, France is not just uninvited to the party, but also no longer has a say in choosing the dance floor. Now the rebranding campaign with a price tag of $17 million aims to drag Ivory Coast's street system into the 21st century. The funding is being provided by the World Bank, the process for which began back in 2021. However, the signs started going up in March this year, and by 2030, at least 15 towns and cities will have a completely new GPS headache. So who are these people after whom the streets are being named? After consultation with civil society groups, these new names acknowledge Ivorian politicians, scientists, artists, athletes, or concepts. Gone is Marseille Boulevard, now proudly renamed after Philippe Yacé, who is Ivory Coast's first paramilitary speaker. Even the pompous Boulevard de France is now basking up in its glow-up. Marie-Therese Houphouët-Boigny Boulevard, named after the country's first lady. Clearly, this isn't just a renaming spree. It's a crash course in local pride. Experts say that it is important for Africans to identify the city's development. Locals say that they need street names that children can recognize. Because with 75% of the population under 35, it's time the signage got with the times and the identity. As a matter of fact, now it's not just about swapping names, it's about rewriting the GPS of national pride. Forget foreign VIPs from a colonial playbook. Ivorians are reclaiming their roads one signpost at a time. Because who needs Avenue de Paris when you've got Boulevard of the Brave? After all, when it comes to identity, sometimes the shortest route to the future is by the way of your own street.